Hello, everyone. I'm coming today to speak about some viewpoints I have in retrospect regarding friendships. And I have a long lifetime of experience with friendships, but not all friendships are friendships. You have people who are an acquaintance, an associate, and here on YouTube, a YouTube ship. But friendships are something special. And I was always told that if you find one friend in a lifetime, that's something. I've been blessed to have friends going back to kindergarten who are still my friends, high school, still my friends, college, still my friends. But not everyone from those periods in my life remain my friends. And that's what I wanted to share with people today. Often, a friendship can end not because something bad happened, but because people outgrow one another. There's nothing to bond over. They outgrow, they don't have the same interest anymore. And sometimes you could have been friends with someone or an acquaintance with someone, and it just doesn't jive, it doesn't mesh, and you have to move on. And I think moving on without a lot of drama or anger, we all need to realize that sometimes it just isn't the friendship or acquaintance or association for for us. Now, one thing I seen here on YouTube that disturbs me, and I think if you were ever a friend to someone, any secret you shared with them should go with you to your grave. Any communications between those friends should remain private. Now, that goes out the window when one friend decides that they're going to spill the tea and, quote, expose someone. And that says to me that you were never a friend in the first place. Now, often um, people will respond when someone comes after them in this particular genre in YouTube. When someone comes after them, calls them a lot of names, says what a bad person they are, then the natural human instinct is going to be, hey, wait a minute, I was good to you. What about this? And I think it's appropriate when someone comes for you and disparages you and slanders and defames you, you have to put it back out there and say, was I so bad then? Since I'm such a bad person, was I so bad when you needed someone? And I think that's okay. But then you have those who just do it for spite, for clicks and views. Now, I have friends who have passed away. I still have their secrets. I still have not shared them. I think that's the way that we should all move moving forward as far as friendships are concerned. Because You may not realize it, but it says a lot about you as a friend when you start exposing everything that people have said or done for no reason other than to be vindictive. Now, like I said, in response to someone disparaging you and saying that you are not a good person and that you're a bad person, and yet when you needed that person, I think in their own defense, they do have a right to release information showing that they were a friend for the sake of proving the hypocrisy of the person making all of the disparaging remarks. So I think that when you end a friendship with someone, why not just move on? Why not just let it go? Why do you have to keep somebody's name in your mouth forever? 2 and 3 times, you know, like for a week straight, 2 and 3 times a day. Over and over and over again. Because you know what it makes it look like? That person is your life. And I'm speaking to, a couple of content creators who that's all they do. They don't have a life. All they do is sit in front of their computer and follow people around YouTube getting information and then trying to use that information. Who does that in real life? I think that if you have not had the benefit in your life of having a real friend, you could not know that people don't do this in real life. So, in order to establish a friendship, you have to have something to base that friendship on. You have to have some frame of reference as to what constitutes a friendship. And if you're not out in this world nurturing real friendship and real relationships, that transfers here. So what do those people do? They get mad at someone and then they come after them with any and everything they can. Again, who does that in real life? I don't. And I don't know anyone that does. People move on. And I would suggest that people move on instead of spending hours and hours and hours and hours and day after day after day after day filling up their channel, filling up their community pages with disparaging remarks. Now, they would like to call this subliminal shade, but it is really not subliminal shade because I'm addressing it to a lot of the young people on here that I've seen. I'm addressing it to more of a universal level. But I will say a couple of the content creators who are doing this also call themselves reporters of the YouTube news. That's not news. Because I don't know about a lot of other people, but I come away with an attitude like, so what? I don't care where someone lives. This is YouTube. It's cyber world. And the splits between chats and followers and subscribers, I think that's a shame because when that is allowed to happen, then people again are acting as if they're really not familiar with real friendships or real um, terms of being an acquaintance, if you don't like someone, move on. Keep their name out your mouth and live your life. Take a deep breath and live. There is so much life out there to enjoy, so much to experience. And you are under the guise of recording the news, you are using up the precious breath that God has given you, wasting it on bullshit. Move on. Because the only thing that can happen when you are angry and you do things is that you make someone else angry. And when they respond, you cry. No. You drag people, you're going to get drugged. And you can clap back. But there's no crying and dragging. Even I knew that. Ultimately, and hopefully, some people will grow up and mature and come out of their house, away from the computer, and live their lives and enjoy their lives. And at that point, the importance of, quote, exposing someone and just coming after someone because someone you like doesn't like them, hopefully that will shrink. Because going to work is one thing, even people who are going to work every day. There is a life even outside of going to work every day. Take a deep breath and live and move on. Provide some real information, some real content on YouTube. And make some real friends in the real world so that you will know how to conduct yourself on here towards people to whom you now have no loyalty and no boundaries, and all you want to do is betray. I think I've been pretty successful at maintaining long-term friendships, lifetime friendships, and not with everyone I meet, but those people with whom I've become true friends. I remain true friends. I remain loyal. And I will not be discussing whatever it is that we may have discussed. That's why my friends trust me and I trust them with my secrets. It's a beautiful feeling to know that there is someone you can trust. But all of this other stuff, it should stop. And if someone has been kind and generous to you, help you get to the doctor, gas money, someone's been kind and generous to you, how dare you blast them just because you're a follower of someone who doesn't like them? That's weak. That shows a lack of gratitude, and the universe will reward you for behaving like that. There have been a number of people good and kind to me, and I appreciate them so much. And I'm not going to publicly disparage them if they do something I don't like. Now, I may discuss them with a close friend or family member, but I'm not going to go out and publicly betray them in that manner. That is the height of ingratitude. And the universe rewards ingratitude with ingratitude. Have a nice day.